it's Zara here. Today I'm going to do BJD Addicts prompt number 2. And I have Penguin here with me and everybody else group. So today we're going to talk about hobby fears. I have quite a few fears. Some of them are the same as other people's. Some of them are different. So we're gonna start off, and I have my whole list of fears and everything here that I'll read off. I'm gonna do like number 1 in just a random list. Dropping/breaking my dolls. Yeah, a lot of people fear this one. I fear it because I've had it happen. I have injured my dolls. Luckily I haven't broken off any ears, which is a big deal because all of my dolls are elves or have elf ears of some type. Penguins are a little bit smaller than everybody else is, but I've been lucky with that. But unfortunately I had a restringing accident, and Penguin had because she's still kind of tightly strung. Her boots keep creaking. She ended up getting a punctured ankle from an S-hook, and luckily we got it patched up together, and it wasn't too mortifying, and I didn't have to get her a new ankle, but I did do that. Lorelei, on the inside of her head cap, there's like 3 or 4 little, like, what are they, like little tabs or whatever to stabilize her head cap inside her head. And she fell off a table and when I was working on her, and I had walked away to get something, and I thought she was fine sitting there, and she wasn't. She decided to take a tumble, and her head cap fell off and broke off one of the little things on the inside, one of the little tabs that held her head cap stable, so it doesn't move around. So yeah, she did that. So I'm always scared that my dolls are gonna fall, especially like when posing them and stuff, when I'm standing them up. Even though they're weighted, even though, you know, they might seem stable, like there's always that chance they can fall, and they have fallen before. Most times it's in the grass, luckily, so it's not too bad. Penguin looks really creepy. Just noticed that. So they've done that, and you know, I'm really, you know, you're always gonna have that fear that they're gonna break or get smashed to pieces. So yeah, so breaking dolls, getting broken, dropping, etc. Another one that I have that a lot of people don't really talk about is losing doll parts, or losing, you know, pieces from your doll. Especially, I've lost pretty much every single girl that I've had. I've lost a part somehow. Not like forever lost though. Luckily, I'm knocking on my dresser, which is wood. I lost Penguin. I had taken her out with me, and I had just zipped her up in my bag, but her head was sticking out. When I turned around, her wig had fallen off. Luckily, I backtracked and I found it, and it was fine and in perfect condition. It wasn't like dirty or run over by a car or anything, thank God. But yeah, yeah, could have been totally terrible. Lorelei dropped a shoe at a convention. Luckily, the next morning we found it, or somebody had found it and turned it in. So we lucked out definitely there. Otherwise, she would have gone home shoeless. And then one that I really, really hate having to deal with was Ryua, my husband's doll. Here, I'll hold her so I can show you. She's a Pookie, and she's so cute and everything, but she has these little magnetic hands and feet and stuff. So I've lost her little hands and feet before, like multiple times, and can't tell you how many times after I've lost her hand or foot where I've like torn the whole house up looking for her hand or foot, and I'm crying, and it's never any fun when that happens. So so I've lost things, and I hate losing doll parts. It's the worst. um Another fear that a lot of people share with me is yellowing. I hate yellowing. I'm not really. Yellowing sucks. Especially or getting stained even. I guess my yellowing fear mostly is with Lorelai because she's the oldest. She's yellowed a little bit because I like taking her out the most because I I love taking her out, and everybody seems to love looking at her when I do take her out. So it's it's the worst because she just I don't want her to yellow, but it is inevitable. It will happen, and luckily she hasn't yellowed too much since I've had her, which her birthday's coming up and she'll be a year old. Um, I did see a post on DOA where you can like reverse yellowing, but it's basically dyeing your doll with Rit dye, which I thought was really cool and ingenious because, even though you know that your doll is dyed, it looks like it hasn't yellowed a day. So I think that's really cool, and I might try it in the future, maybe. I don't know. Um, Laura, they don't really need it right now, but I know that a lot of dolls get that creamy, yellowy look, and maybe one day when that happens, I'll have to do that for them. Because I love my dolls, and I really don't want to have to sell them and, start over. Another thing that really scares me is my dolls getting stolen. Because they are so beautiful and stuff like that. And I do attend cons pretty often, at least one a year sometimes, or twice a year. So, and we have a big, like, toolbox where we carry our dolls in. We call it the doll hotel. And we usually lock it in the car, but, I've heard of people locking things in their cars and getting them stolen, like their suitcases with their dolls in them and stuff. So there's always that chance, and there's always that fear that someone's going to steal them, or even just break into your house when you're not home and steal them. It's just something that is a fear, I guess. A lot of people are afraid of going out in public, I've noticed, but I'm not really afraid of going out in public. I've taken Lorelai and Penryn out so many times, like to the store, like Walmart at 2 in the morning, because I'm odd like that, and I don't care, the park, etc. I get a lot of stares, but I don't really care, because I'm not hurting anybody, I'm not doing anything bad, so. One of my really bad fears is, I'm always afraid of getting a new doll and not bonding with it. Luckily, with my big guy, who I've decided to name Karth, luckily with him, I don't have to worry as much about it, because I love him dearly, and I love him to death so much. The one doll that I didn't bond with was this little girl. Her character was originally called Echo, and she's supposed to be like a water spirit, and it just never worked out. I never bonded with her. I even like changed her entire appearance. This is the way my husband has her now, because I gave her to him. Her name is Ryua now, and he's changed her character and everything, so I'm sure she'll look really cool when he is done with her. But she's not mine. She's my hubby's now. But I'm always afraid of getting a new doll and not bonding with it right away, or just not bonding with it, period. I didn't bond sometimes I don't bond right away with my dolls. Penryn and Karth, I didn't really bond with right away until I gave them their face-ups, and I was fine with that. Once I put their face on, I guess, they came to life and spoke to me, so that's good. So, another fear I have, I'm not really afraid of restringing, especially those three. I'm kind of okay with it. My fear is restringing the tinies. I am terrified to restring this teeny tiny little doll. Oh my gosh. But, my husband is pretty okay with it, and he did really good. He used, like, wire and just pulled her strings through and stuff, I guess. He did really good, so way better than I did, because I didn't. So, I'm terrified of it. And speaking of restringing, my biggest fear in this hobby, even though it's completely weird and out there, is injuring myself maintaining dolls. I have injured myself so many times. In fact, Karth, when I figured out how to put his hands on, injured me by his S-hook had popped out and had gone down to his elbow. And I went to go pull it back up through his his forearm, and I was trying to hook his hand on, and his hand was so tight that the S-hook popped back out and cut me on my finger. So I have a boo-boo. And, you know, that's not the first one I've gotten. I've burned my finger through and, like, had a really bad burn on my finger from hot glue sueding, which I probably shouldn't have been using my finger as much, but it happened. I've gotten cut before multiple times by from other S-hooks popping me, and pinching. I get pinched a lot. You know, sometimes your hand is just in the wrong joint at the wrong time, and you just get pinched. So it hurts. I injure myself a lot on my dolls, I've noticed. I don't even try to not get injured anymore, but I don't know. So that's that. And so this was really hobby fears, and there's a look at my little doll family right now. They're all kind of chilling out on my bed, like, what's up? So I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.